It was a rainy Saturday night. I was out in a restaurant with some friends having a great time. It was almost midnight and we had to leave. We came out, said our goodbyes to each other, and I walked towards my car. I got in and started driving towards my home. I had a long day and was really tired. It was about an hour's drive to my house. On my way home, I started feeling sleepy, so I turned on the radio to help me stay awake. But something was wrong with it. All I could hear was static. As I fiddled with the radio, I suddenly saw someone standing in the middle of the road right in front of me. I swerved to the left and slammed on the brakes. The car screeched to a stop. Shaking, I got out to check, but there was no one there. I looked around the spot where I had seen the person, but it was empty. No sign of anyone, no tire marks, nothing at all. It was like nothing had happened. I told myself it was just my tired mind playing tricks on me. I checked the car, and everything seemed fine, except the radio, which was still not working. Still shaken, I got back in and drove home slowly. I finally reached at 1 a.m. Just as I got home, my phone rang. It was Sebastian, one of the friends I had dinner with earlier that night. He sounded worried and said he was calling to check if I had made it home safely. I told him I was fine and asked what was wrong. He hesitated, sounding both confused and scared, before telling me that on his way home, he saw someone who looked exactly like me standing in the middle of the road. He thought he had hit me with his car, but when he stopped and got out to check, there was no one there. I froze for a moment because I had experienced something similar on my drive home too. Sebastian then told me he had called the other two friends, and both of them said they had seen the same thing, someone standing on the road, on their way home. They were all terrified. Sebastian started to panic, but I told him to calm down, not to think too much about it, and just get some sleep. "We'll figure this out tomorrow," I assured him. After the call, I tried to shake off the weird feeling, took a hot shower, and went straight to bed. The next morning, as the four of us had planned to meet at the same restaurant to discuss the strange events of the night before, I arrived early. But when I got there, I couldn't believe my eyes. The restaurant was gone, completely burned to the ground. I stood there, frozen, as questions raced through my mind. How could this be possible? We were just here last night. And why did I feel like I was being drawn into something much bigger than I could understand? Stay tuned for part 2, where the answers will shock you and the mystery takes a terrifying turn.